Hello everyone, my name is Jessica of OceanodromaJournals, and this is my entry for Nik The Booksmith's Classic Challenge. I did Moby Dick. I made this is actually my very first junk journal ever. It's my first time doing any tea dyeing. It's my first time doing a YouTube video. In fact, you should see the setup. I'm standing on a chair, hovering over my kitchen island. It's crazy. Anyway, here we go. So let's see this. This is Moby Dick, that's the title. And this is a book paper from a different whaling book, not Moby Dick. And it's on top of a map of the Pacific Ocean in the area where the Pequod went down. And it's on top of a piece of card that I've done a ladder stitch, which is the stitch that sailors use to stitch sails. On the back is charms. There's a ship's wheel and an anchor on chain. This is a resin bottle that's made to look like whale oil that my daughter made for me. And this is a teeny tiny monkey's fist that I tied, and it has a little glass bead inside. The whole book is approximately 8.5 high, 5.5 wide, and the spine is about 2.5 inches. The closure, let me show you. The closure is a 5-strand senet that I tied myself, so you can just tie it like that. And it does go through the entire book, back to front, along the back, and comes through these little eyelets. So let me show you the inside. So the charms are removable if they annoy you. It does fold, it opens flat, and the end pages, I guess I'm gonna have to hold this a lot. The end pages are from a book called Seas, Maps, and Men. And they're these gorgeous color-enhanced pictures of the ocean bottom. You can see there's South America. This is the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pequod went from New England down around the Cape of Good Hope and through the Indian Ocean. Sorry about that. And there's the Indian Ocean into the Pacific. So I love maps. Most of the work I do with maps, so that there are maps interspersed throughout, and there are several vintage postcards from the New Bedford Whaling Museum. So those get tucked into the little bands front and back. It is a hidden spine. There are three signatures, and it's fairly chock full. All the papers are tea-dyed. This is a quote from Moby Dick. It says, "It is not down on any map. True places never are." And that's a sperm whale stamp. They actually use these stamps to keep track of how many whales they caught. And there are pockets and tuck spots throughout. These are reproductions, scanned images of advertisements from whale products. The papers are all tea stained. It was my first time ever trying tea staining. And there's graph paper and lots of tea stain tags and some map bits. There's like regular printer paper that has a digital sperm whale stamp. There are also actual stamps. And then this is a piece of ephemera I got on eBay, and then I scanned it. It's got this great whaling image, and it's from the New Bedford Hotel in New Bedford, Mass. "A dead whale or a stove boat" is the motto of New Bedford, which is where it all started. This is a belly band, and it shows a piece of a journal. I scanned it in and printed it out, where they're keeping track of how many whales they take in a day, and another ad for whale products. Graph paper. There are several pages from Ashley's Book of Knots, which is the Sailor's Bible of Knots. And this is an ad for corsets at the tuck spot with an ad, another receipt for whale oil on a journaling card. There are a lot of journaling cards I find journaling myself to be really exciting at first, and then I get overwhelmed and I stop. So I like cards because it seems to make it less overwhelming. There are 5 of these throughout. These are envelopes that have a commemorative Moby Dick postage on it. More stamps and pages. Here's another envelope. Here is a tuck spot with a card. Another tuck spot with a card. This is a map from an antique atlas of the Pacific Ocean in the area where the boat went down. And this journaling card has a receipt for sperm whale. And these are tea-stained index cards for journaling on in the back. This is another quote. It says, "Meditation and water are wedded forever." I tried not to put the really dark quotes in. This is a tide table, and this is an envelope pocket with journaling cards in it. And here's another quote. It says, "See how elastic our prejudices grow when one's love comes to bend them." With some sailors sewing in there. Another belly band. Here's another quote. "There is a wisdom that is woe, but a woe that is madness." And I hand wrote those with an antique pen nib. Oh, and look, it's a paper clip shaped like a whale. And I did different kinds of sailor's knots on all of these little tags that are at the top. This tea staining I threw some salt on, so it's got some texture, because it's a salty book. Another tide chart. Here's a piece of ephemera that's a tuck spot with a image from another whaling book. This was Modern Whaling, but you can see how impressive the sperm whale's mouth is in that. And here's another quote. It says, "There is no folly of the beast that is not infinitely outdone by the madness of men." And that's the end of the second signature. You can see there's a lot of space to really bulk these up with added stuff. This is a third signature, another envelope pocket. This is one of my favorite pages. This looks very sailorly to me with all the little grommets. And then this is the tea-stained parchment paper that I used to tea stain the papers, and it really reminds me of seal skin guts that they used to make raincoats out of. There's some ephemera in there. Right at 8 minutes. More pockets. This is my favorite quote. If I can get it there for the camera. I can't get it there for the camera. There we go. "All the waves rolled by like scrolls of silver, and by their soft, suffusing seethings, made what seemed a silvery silence, not a solitude." And if you've ever been sailing at night, the waves going by in utter silence make a shh, shh, shh sound. And Melville went sailing, so I think he knew that sound. So that's actually my favorite quote. Okay, some more map pockets. And another one. Look, this has got a teeny tiny little tuck spot. I love that one. And all the signatures, the center of all the signatures have little charms. I don't know if you can see that. More belly bands. Graph paper. Another journaling card and tuck spot. More knots. And here's another one, another quote. It says, "I know not all that may be coming, but be it what it will, I will go to it laughing." And some sailorly knot tying there. Another map and journaling card, a little collage there that was actually there to cover up a little mistake. And the back, and that is the whole journal. I absolutely loved doing this. I had so much fun thinking about it.